Hey folks, it is about 3:15 a.m. June 13th, and about 15 minutes ago in zul'jin trade chat, some people were talking about how much they love Hellsbargin, the leader of Hit Squad, and they're like, yeah, he's one person who has a bad reputation, but the guild can have a not bad reputation. I'm here to debunk that theory. The thing is, when you have somebody who has a bad reputation, it tends to be that, I'm going to try to not hurt anybody's feelings with this, but like, that person, if they somehow miraculously manage to lead a group of people and they already have a bad reputation, that bad reputation will move on to all the other people because they have followed that person. And it's not really something that you can, you can disagree with it and you can try debating it, but it's pretty much a type of thing where it's like, the fact of the matter is, people don't respect, so like, people don't respect a person. And then they see, oh, this person has followers. I don't respect them either. It's like in a religion you don't respect, you don't like. It's like in many things. Jobs and whatever. It's like, oh, such play. Let's say for instance McDonald's had a bad reputation, just for wording. So you find out that the leader of McDonald's, like the owner of McDonald's, is a greedy bastard and uses the money to torture people in some other country. I don't know, but does something bad like that. And then he gets people working for him. People wouldn't like that. People would probably go to like Burger King or something. Now this is just for like, it's very vague, but I'm trying to use a non-WoW reference as well. But it applies in the real world and in WoW. So basically, when you have a guild that's been formed by somebody who already has a bad reputation, somebody who's done things to annoy people or bother people, piss them off, whatever the case, that's not good. And that reputation will end up going to their guild, especially once people find out, oh, he's not just a member, he's not just an officer, he's the leader, and these people follow him. In the case of Hit Squad, a lot of the members, this is from what I've heard inside scoops and whatever, because I know people who've gone into their ranks and been in there on alt of theirs, and basically seen how people are in there, and it's a lot of praise Hellsbargin, stroke his ego crap, which is a little frightening. But yeah, so you've got that. And it doesn't help. So it's like they've already got that reputation going for them from Hellsbargin. So then it comes down to, well, do the players at least try to fix it? Unfortunately, I've found that in the case of Hit Squad, a lot of the players are a lot like their leader. There's a few who are very mature, and it honestly makes me think, like, why are you in there? You could honestly, you could make a better guild yourself, or you could join a much more respectable guild yourself and basically say, whatever, I don't need to remember about Hit Squad and whatever. Like, Hit Squad's part of my past or whatever. So it really comes down to, who do you want to associate with, and are you okay with associating with people who have a bad reputation? Like for instance, there was a time where I had a very bad reputation on Thunderhorn. I'm sure some people still hold grudges against me, and hey, that's their problem, but I've moved on. And when I first joined Carpe Diem as a social, one of the officers invited me in as a friend, and well, basically, people were very shocked, because they were like, oh my god, Deltrus, like the troll of Thunderhorn, blah blah blah, brown nose, whatever, suck up, baddie, has a terrible reputation. The thing is, having it be a leader versus one player who's just like a social in the guild, for instance, social being very low ranking for people who are watching this who don't play WoW at all, it makes a huge difference. When it's the leader, it can have a huge impact on the guild as a whole, on their reputation as a whole, and on the other players. How the leader acts does have some effect on how the people who follow them act. If the leader acts very mature, then you're probably going to have players who act very mature. Players who act very mature naturally and like before they join the guild, and also players who, like me, I mean, at first I basically joined the guild and I was like, oh my god, this guild is like serious and stuff. I better like shut my mouth and be mature and, you know, I mean, grow up. Like, cause I was told, like, I'd be booted if I acted up or anything. And, yeah, I basically learned my lesson, and, I do not quite act the way I used to. And, I mean, I think that it kinda comes from being in a guild where a good reputation is pretty much required, a maturity is required. I mean, granted, it doesn't matter as much for socials, but I wanted to become a raider at some point, so I knew I needed to get my act together and stuff. That's the problem with a lot of these other guilds, like Hit Squad. Like, I respect some of them, and I think that Hit Squad's a huge guild, and they have a lot of people who are very passionate about the game. They just need to, like, if they want to put out a good image, they need to basically shape up. I mean, there's a few people in there who I know could easily lead that guild to better ends, but the thing is, they invite a lot of brand new people to the guild. They basically don't have quite the standards that some other guilds have. And I think that's what ends up making it difficult for them to keep a good reputation, if ever. So I'm not really trying to bash Hit Squad or Hellsbargin with this video. I'm more just trying to be like, okay, here's kind of what happens when you have a bad reputation. It makes it more difficult to fix that reputation. And also it really comes down to, like, okay, how do you treat people? How do you interact with them? I mean, I've seen Hellsbargin say some really nasty stuff completely at random. He said nasty stuff to me, nasty stuff to other people. That's just like, okay, where did that come from? And I don't know. So it's like, okay, moving on. So, I mean, basically, just if you want to have a good reputation, then you're gonna have to act better. You can't be going and calling people random crap. You can't be saying disgusting, very derogatory crap in trade. It really all comes down to, like, how you, like I said, how you interact with other people. And yeah, what can I say? I hope I got my point across. I've had some people talking to me about how I kind of jump to different parts in my in what I talk about, but I hope I got a point across here. I mean, I'm just trying to say, be mature and you'll be able to be around mature players, and people won't look down on you. Don't be mature and say really random crap and whatever. People are gonna look down on you, and honestly, you can't really blame them for it. Because in the real world, if you go into a meeting with a potential boss and call him some random shit, or go into a meeting with a bunch of CEOs and it's like, sup bitches, I mean, you're gonna get thrown out the door instantly. Like, really. Yeah, WoW is supposed to be a game, but you're playing with other real people. Other people, yeah, there's kids on here, there's also adults on here. Some of these people want a good gaming experience, so it helps to let them have that, or else they're not going to want you in their groups at all, ever. So, hope I got my point across.